Hello everyone, today I am coming with a complete set of 2000 tops. I've got this in kind of a roundabout way. Now, back in 2000, I did pick up a good number of these cards from this set at my local flea market from my favorite dealer. But now I wanted to make sure I had a complete set since I got it at a good price. And actually, I found this at a really good price. Now, retail this was $20, but I got it for better than that. And I'm at the end of the year. I'm sure they made a complete set that came in the full-length box like we're used to seeing, but that they came out in a Series 2 set that looks like a wax box or a blaster box. I went ahead and purchased Series 1 as a hand-collated set. So we're going to take a look at these just to see what Beckett says about this set. 2000 tops. The complete set, the low price is $20. However, if you have the complete hobby factory set, that's only $15. That's weird that the factory set is cheaper on here than just a hand collated set. That's kind of weird. The most notable thing about this set, it doesn't look like there's any key rookie cards except for a Barry Zito Ben Sheets rookie card. There are some I think they're called Monumental Milestone cards, where they made 5 different versions of each card, and you only needed to get one of the 5 to call it a complete set. And there's about, I think there's 5 of each of these from each of the 2 sets. So they're McGuire, Aaron, Ripken, Boggs, Gwynn, Griffey, Bonds, Sosa, Jeter, and A-Rod. And those are some of the most valuable cards out of the complete set. There are also some foil-covered cards that look like inserts, but they're just subset cards of 20th Century Best and League Leaders. And I see something on here about a McGuire 1985 reprint card. I doubt that's going to be in the complete set. So we're going to go to the hand-collated set first. And hopefully these are in order. And it looks like whoever put this set together also put it in penny sleeves to make it easier, or keep the better card safe, so we know we've got a better card if it's got a penny sleeve on it. And so card number 1 is going to be Mark McGuire, Tony Gwynn, Wade Boggs, Cal Ripken, Matt Williams, Jay Buhner, Jeff Conine, Todd Green, Mike Lieberthal, Steve Avery, when he was a Red. I don't remember that. Remember him being a Brave for all those years. Brett Saberhagen, Maglio Ordonez, Brad Radke. There is our Derek Jeter, Javi Lopez, Russ Davis, Armando Benitez, BJ Surhoff, Darryl Kyle, Mark Lewis, Mike Williams, Mark McLemore, now in the Rangers broadcast booth, Sterling Hitchcock, Darren Erstad, Ricky Gutierrez, John Jaha, Homer Bush, Darren Fletcher, Mark Grace, Fred McGriff, Omar Dahl. And one thing we'll notice is this was during an era when Topps was not putting together 700 card sets. So I think all in all we're going to have about 478 cards in Series 1 and 2 combined. Next we've got Eric Karros, Orlando Cabrera, JT Snow, Luis Castillo, Ray Ordonez, Bob Abreu, Warren Morris, Juan Gonzalez, Mike Lansing, Chili Davis, Dean Palmer. There is our Hank Aaron. This is not the Monumental Milestone. This is just a Hank Aaron base card. Jeff Bagwell, Jose Valentin, Shannon Stewart, Kent Bottenfield, Jeff Shaw, Sammy Sosa, Randy Johnson, Benny Agbayani, Dante Bichette, Pete Harnish, Frank Thomas, Jorge Posada, Todd Walker, Juan Encarnacion, Mike Sweeney, Pedro Martinez, Lee Stevens, Brian Giles, Chad O.J., Ivan Rodriguez, Roger Cedeno, David Justice, Steve Traxel, Eli Marrero, Dave Nilsson, Ken Caminiti, Tim Raines, Brian Jordan, Jeff Blauser, Bernard Gilking, John Flaherty, Brent Main, Jose Vidro. This was at a time in my life where my wife and I just got married in late 1999, and this was probably when we were the most into collecting cards, was when we were first married. Something that the two of us could enjoy together, a hobby that we both liked. David Bell, Bruce Avon, John Olerud, Pokey Reese, Woody Williams, Ed Sprague, Joe Girardi, Barry Larkin, Mike Caruso, Bobby Higginson, Roberto Kelly as a Ranger, Edgar Martinez, Mark Kotze, Paul Sorrento, Eric Young, Carlos Delgado, Troy Glaus, Ben Grieve, Jose Lima, Garrett Anderson, Luis Gonzalez, Carl Pavano, A-Rod, Preston Wilson, Ron Gant, Brady Anderson, Ricky Henderson as a Met, Gary Sheffield, Mickey Morandini, Jim Edmonds, Chris Benson, Adrian Beltre was probably the year after his rookie card, Dan Wilson, Mark Clark, Greg Vaughn, Nafi Perez, Paul O'Neill, Jermaine Dye, Todd Jones, Terry Steinbach, Greg Norton, Kurt Schilling, Todd Zeal, Edgardo Alfonso, Ryan McGuire, Rich Aurelia, John Smoltz, Bob Wickman, Richard Hidalgo, Chuck Finley, Billy Wagner, Todd Hundley, Dwight Gooden, Russ Ortiz, Mike Lowell, Reggie Sanders, John Valentine, Brad Osmus, Chad Kruder, David Cohn, Brooke Fordyce, Roberto Alomar, Charles Nagy, Brian Hunter, Mike Messina, Robin Ventura, Kevin Brown, Pat Hinken, Ryan Klesko, Derek Bell, Andy Sheets, Larry Walker, Scott Williamson, Jose Offerman, Doug Mankiewicz, John Snyder, Sandy Alomar, Joe Nathan, Lance Johnson, Odalis Perez, Hideo Nomo, Steve Finley, Dave Martinez, Matt Walbeck, Bill Spires, Fernando Tatis, Kenny Lofton, Paul Bird, Aaron Seeley, Ed Taubensee, Reggie Jefferson, Roger Clemens, Francisco Cordova, Mike Bordick, Wally Joyner, Marvin Bernard, Jason Kendall, Mike Stanley, Chad Allen, Carlos Beltran, Gold Cup card, Davy Cruz, Chipper Jones, Vladdy Daddy, Dave Burba, the heir from When the Cards Stick Together, Tom Goodwin, Brian Daubach, Jay Bell, Roy Halladay, Miguel Tejada, just missing the ball, just out of his reach, Armando Rios, Fernando Vina, Eric Davis, I'd forgotten he was a Cardinal, Henry Rodriguez, Joe McEwing, Jeff Kent, Mike Jackson, Mike Morgan, Jeff Montgomery, Jeff Zimmerman, Tony Fernandez, Jason Giambi, Jose Canseco as a Devil Ray, Alex Gonzalez. Time for the prospects. Let's see, Jack Cust. See, Pablo Ozuna and Alfonso Soriano. That was probably a hot card at the time. We have Irubio Durazo, Pat Burrell, and Nick Johnson. Kip Wells. Chris Mears, Michael Tejera. Roosevelt Brown, Corey Patterson, and Lance Berkman. And then Russell Branyan. For the draft picks, Larry Bigby, Eric Munson, Kyle Snyder, Jason Jennings, Brett Myers, Jason Stum, Rob Purvis, Mike Paredes, David Walling, Omar Ortiz. Here's a David Cone highlight. Jose Jimenez highlight. Chris Singleton. Fernando Tatis. Todd Helton. And then for our divisional playoff highlight, we have Kevin Millwood, Todd Pratt, Orlando Hernandez, Pedro Martinez, Tom Glavine, Bernie Williams, Mariano Rivera. Now from the 20th Century Best, we have Tony Gwynn, Wade Boggs, Lance Johnson, Mark McGwire, Ricky Henderson, another Ricky Henderson, Roger Clemens. And then these are the magic moments, where there are 5 of each player shown here, but you only have to have 1 to make the complete set. We've got Mark McGwire, Hank Aaron's 715th home run, Cal Ripken, Rookie of the Year, 1982, Wade Boggs with the 1983 batting title, and Tony Gwynn with the 84 batting title. And then they threw in a couple of checklists. All right, let's get the Series 1 box out of the way, and let's open up the Series 2 factory set, which looks like it has 2 layers of wrapping on it. Not sure why this outer layer was there. That is not the one that had the Topps seal on it. So I still have the Topps seal to go. Okay, I have disposed of the Topps seal, and it's going to open up just like a wax box. We open it up on the inside. We have 3 more cellophane packs on the inside of this box. So I wonder if these are going to be in numerical order or not. Well, our magic moment is on the back of that one, so these probably are going to be in order. This is going to be kind of a challenge to open this without damaging anything. Well, maybe it wasn't that hard. Now the damage might be that these are all going to stick together. Yeah, look at that. All stuck together. Oh, that's like a brick. You could build a house out of that. Okay. Let me pause the video for just a moment as I work to fix that. Well, I can see why the factory set might be cheaper than a hand-collated set, because I just saved you the horror of listening to me pull every card apart from each other. They all stuck together here. But Just like other Topps Factory sets, if you look at it, there's almost, you can kind of see segments where they are kind of the border changes color almost when you just look at it from the box. And these are not in numerical order, I found, but so we're just going to look at them in the order they came out of the package here. We've got Damian Miller, Gary DiCarcina, Jose Vizcaino, Randy Velarde, Kelly Stinnett, Jamie Moyer, Jose Guillen, Miguel Batista, Kevin Apier, Mark Grudzielanek, Mike Remlinger, Todd Stottlemyre, Will Clark as an Oriole, Dustin Hermanson, Wilson Alvarez, the guy who didn't record any outs in his first game and threw a no-hitter in his second game, Edgar Renteria, Travis Fryman, Tony Womack, A.J. Hinch, who got in trouble as the Astros manager, Chris Widger, Kelvin Escobar, Brad Fulmer, Alex Gonzalez, Jose Cruz Jr., Troy Percival, Andy Fox, Carlos Perez, Joey Hamilton, Ken Hill, Matt Manti, Ryan Roop, Kevin Tapani, Dave Roberts, John Halama, Enrique Wilson with Kelly Dransfeld sliding in, Uguth Urbina, John Rocker, Kerry Wood, Chan-Ho Park, Tony Batista, Eric Chavez, Devon White, Richie Sexson, David Segui, Travis Lee, Vernon Wells, Freddie Garcia, Jarrett Wright, Eddie Perez, Mike Stanton, Andres Galarraga, Miguel Cairo, John Lieber, Chris Carpenter, Michael Barrett, Darren Dreifert, Matt Stairs, Billy Koch, Gold Cup card, Steve Carsey, Randy Wynn, Ray Lankford, Mike Piazza, Sean Casey, Eric Milton, Andy Pettit, Mariano Rivera, Mike Lowell, Damian Easley, Rafael Palmeiro, Andrew Jones, Rick Reed, Jim Thome, Ray Durham, Delino DeShields, Troy O'Leary, Barry Bonds, Bartolo Colon, David Wells, and Al Leiter. All right, on to package number 2. Back with the magic of the pause button, we've got Carl Everett, Wade Boggs highlight, Jeff Cirillo, Sean Green, Moises Alou, Oral Hershiser, Tony Gwynn highlight, Hideki Arabu, Gabe Kapler, Rob Nen, and that's upside down. We've got a draft pick of Brad Baker and Mike McDougal, prospects of Rafael Furcal and Travis Gookie Dawkins, Jeremy Burnitz. Here are the all junior card of Tim Raines Jr., Gary Matthews Jr., and Gary Maddox Jr. I guess Gary Matthews had the best career of those three. Octavio Dotel. Here is our Josh Hamilton draft pick card. Ty Howington, Kurt Ainsworth, Darnell Stinson, Julio Zuleta. Here's our Barry Zito Ben Sheets rookie card. Doug Mirabelli, Ben Petrick, Jason Worth, Ben Christensen, Richard Stahl, Ellis Burks, Scott Downs, Chris George, Matt Belisle, Rick Azadorian, Vince Faison, Wilton Veras, Joe Creed, Mike Lamb, Mark McGuire highlight, Matt Riley, Mark Mulder, and CC Sabathia. That's a pretty good card right there. Jeff Heaverlow, Keith Reed, Ron Belliard, Adam Piott, Aubrey Huff, Sean Burrows, Kilvio Veras, Butch Husky, Jimmy Haynes, Jamie Wright, Craig Biggio, Brett Boone, Raul Mondesi, Andy Ashby, Mike Hampton, Jose Hernandez, Darren Oliver, Todd Zeal, Andy Bennis, Justin Thompson, the guy traded for Juan Gonzalez, never actually appeared in a Ranger game, Kenny Rogers, Bill Miller, Jeff Jenkins, Ismael Valdez, Marquise Grissom, Kirk Reuter, Sean Estes, Jesse Orozco, Shane Reynolds, Juan Guzman, John Thompson, Mark Loretta, Livon Hernandez, Vinny Castilla, Todd Pratt, Cal Ripken Highlight, Royce Clayton, Sidney Ponson, Jim Laritz, Bill Seamus, Jeff Supan, Mike Timlin, Doug Glanville, Chris Singleton, Ron Coomer, Desi Relaford, Trevor Hoffman, Aaron Boone, Al Martin, Todd Ritchie, Michael Tucker, Ricky Leday, Jose Rosado. There is our King Griffey Jr. card. Looks ready to, with his back to the infield, about to make a catch of a fly ball. This would have been his first card as a red. Chuck Knobloch and Mike Cameron. All right, and now on to block number 3. Tony Clark, Greg Maddox Bunting, Tim Salmon, Bernie Williams, Denny Nagel, Rico Bronya, Carlos Fablis, Todd Helton, Nomar Garcia Parra, Roberto Hernandez, Hall of Famer Harold Baines, Tim Hudson, Johnny Damon, John Franco, Cliff Floyd, Manny Ramirez, Bobby Jones, Tino Martinez, Rusty Greer, Mo Vaughn, Albert Bell, Tom Glavine, John Wetland, Omar Vizquel, Orlando Hernandez, Darrell Hamilton, Rondell White, Kevin Millwood, Scott Rowland, Paul Canerco, Darren Lewis, Torrey Hunter, Eric Owens, Bobby Howry, Pedro Estacio, Corey Koski, Dimitri Young, Dave Malicki, Bubba Trammell, Ruben Rivera, CJ Nikowski, Christian Guzman, Ruben Mateo, Trot Nixon, Marlon Anderson, Shane Andrews, Scott Brosius, Mike Sorotka, Rick Helling, Joe Randa, Steve Paris, Matt Clement, Jason Schmidt, Mike Lansing, Charles Johnson, Matt Lawton, Brett Tomko, Ben Davis, Carlos Lee, Scott Erickson. Now time for the foil cards. We have Tony Gwynn. These league leaders will have a second player on the back. So for batting average, we've got Larry Walker and Nomar Garciaparra, Mark McGwire, National League home run leader, along with Ken Griffey Jr., Tony Gwynn, Larry Walker, with Nomar Garciaparra. I think we got some duplicates here in the complete set. We've got Mark McGwire, and then Mark McGwire with Ken Griffey Jr. So have a small number of duplicate cards here. I'll have to go back and see if they left off anybody I was supposed to get. But we've got a Frank Thomas, Mark McGwire, and Manny Ramirez, Harold Baines, Randy Johnson with Pedro Martinez, Roger Clemens, Randy Johnson with Pedro Martinez, John Franco, Luis Gonzalez and Derek Jeter, John Franco, Larry Walker, and Manny Ramirez. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go back through those. So now I've got Ken Griffey Jr. and for these, the 5 different versions of cards, 92 All-Star MVP, and there are some smudges on the foil here. Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, 98 MVP, Derek Jeter wins the World Series, and A-Rod wins $1 million. And there is the story of how a fan won $1 million because he hit for the cycle. Alright, so I am going to conclude that if you're going to buy this set, I don't know what the factory set where both the 1 and 2 are together, but I'm going to say you're probably better off buying a hand-collated set out of these. Alright. Let me get my dog's opinion. Hey, Peanut. What do you think of 2,000 tops? Peanut, any thoughts? Nope. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.